Three of Northamptonshire's finest chefs are going to prepare Warwickshire's finest chickens in this kitchen. Welcome to the Great British Chicken Off. Right, shall I show you my before chicken? I'm doing traditional roast chicken. I did so much, I put it back in the bag again after I'd finished preparing it.
I thought about using that.
Because that infuses everything back into the chicken. Salt, pepper, touch of butter, put in the oven, basted regularly, cooked to utter perfection.
Dad hasn't done any research at all, so he's sort of just making it up as he goes along.
What have you done to yours?
While we're doing that, what I did to mine, close-up required, I've spent hours marinating my chicken, whereas the other guys have spent no time at all marinating their chicken.
You put Branston pickle on it?
Infused with pomegranate molasses. And the secret ingredient, which these dads don't know about.
It's so good it goes in a second pot.
The secret ingredient
is?
Sumac.
Oh yeah, I bought some last week.
Sumac is a spice from the Middle East, a fluffy red fruit, and pomegranate is a spiky red fruit. So I'm going with spiky, spicy, Middle Eastern.
Right, what I'll say to you at this point is, have you seen our audience for these chickens?
What?
Well, we've got two 11-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that might be a little bit past their palate?
Well, I was hoping they wouldn't eat much of it.
I'm excited for the chicken.
I am probably most excited for eating the chicken and then laughing at my father's.
So, our chickens are Adlington, whatever that says.
The chickens, which I originally sourced 30 years ago, were called Les Anglaise. Two very old breed chickens, which eventually beat the French, who held the world record for the best chicken in the world year after year. The Les Anglaise chickens beat the French. Later, Les Anglaise evolved into the English label, and here we are.
World's greatest chickens, apparently, according to Philip.
Does he not wash his hair?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know what? Philip has had a bath. He doesn't have a bath very often, and he said he's had a bath to come and do this today, so we're really honoured.
And he normally has one a year if he needs it or not.
Are we still doing veg, or are we just going to give up on veg and just do all the chicken now?
No, we got the potatoes are easy. The veg is easy. We'll just stick it under.
Just a beer instead, that'll do.
I think my dad will do really well, but I think he'll be a bit distracted by his beer because he's a beer sort of person.
Not alcoholic per se, but you know.
And this is the lazy man and woman's way of cooking. Meter thermometer, stick it in the meat, set it up, and then drink beer.
I'm most excited for John's because I've never had rotisserie chicken.
He is spit roasting his chicken, and that's always a good idea because you can never really burn your chicken when you spit roast it, and it gets very crispy skin.
There's going to be a bit of garlic, some lemon. I think your dad said he didn't like lemon, but tough, and possibly a bit of rosemary snuck in there because I like rosemary. So, and that's it really, and a few beers, obviously, just to relax the chicken.
You look in your natural habitat with one in each hand, so you might as well crack on.
We're going to have Lebanese chicken livers as a starter.
Are we?
We are. The chicken livers from Lebanon.
I'm not so keen on the idea of chicken livers.
I don't want chicken livers.
We stick the veg under your chicken, and that.
No.
We've got vegans coming.
And vegetarians. No.
If anything goes wrong today, it will be the vegetarian meal. All three of them went out yesterday like the cast of the last of the summer wine to buy the vegetables and the vegetarian meal. Came back without the vegetarian meal, and I've just reminded them that they need to cook it.
The way that the pans and dishes work is I get first dibs because it's my kitchen, and then you two can have what's left. I found that doing that all the time, nah, I'm too old for that now. Pushing a button, well, that's me. Right, and then I'm going to put my special ingredient on that. Bit more pepper, just on top of the butter. Beautiful, that'll be. There we go. We'll leave that to just do its magic.
He's taken marination to a new level.
This looks in proportion to the size of me. I've got the little chopping board and the small knife. Right then, I'm going to make some stuffing, and this is the world's only recipe for stuffing because it's perfect. Onion, chopped up really fine. So you cut it that way first of all. I know I'm slow, but can't do note about that because my knife's not very good. So cut it through like that. When you've done that, turn it the other way, chop it down, rinse and repeat. Bit of butter, a nice big chomp of this off, like that, into the pan. I've chopped my onions up, making my eyes run, but you know, I'll battle on bravely and I won't make a fuss because I'm not female. I'll put the onions in, I'll let them just cook down slowly. Now, once this has started and it's just started doing its first little browning bit, what I like to do after that is put a bit of water in the pan as well, and it will just soften the onion right down, because what you want for good stuffing, thank you, is a nice soft onion, because a nice soft onion is always good. Now the ingredient I like to put in next is a bit of garlic. Now I like it with a bit of garlic in. My good lady says you don't put garlic in stuffing, so I put it in anyway and I just don't say. So the garlic, the salt and the pepper can go in early doors, but the sage, which is the big ingredient for this, you save it till the onion has softened right down. Don't go too soon, because it gives it a funny flavour if you put it in too soon.
So, medium-sized chicken, because the big ones don't fit under the hood. It doesn't really rotisserie very well unless you shut the hood. So if you've got more than one person, obviously we got two of the chickens in the oven, in the competition. But you get two small ones and put it on, it works a treat. And the beauty of this is it's self-basting. I've stuck the meter thermometer in, so that means it will tell me on the phone when I set it up, when it's ready, the internal temperature. So it's, rather than wonder if people are always frightened about barbecue, with that, it makes it so simple because you just set it and you tend not to overdo, which is the temptation. I'll just give it another 10 minutes so it's done and it's all dry or catches fire. With this, it shouldn't, it doesn't normally. So I'm going to shut this in a minute and I'm going to block the gap up with a bit of silver paper, aluminium foil, just to get it hot, and then we'll see what it is. That's it, 40 minutes, it'll be done. Ambient 84 degrees going up. Set up cook. Poultry, chicken, whole. Recommends, let's have a look, well done, medium well. We'll do that one. 73 degrees. Internal 14, target 73. At the moment the outside is 97. All we've got to do now is drink beer.
Next is cauliflower cheese. Take the rest of the leaves off. Try not to lose a finger while you're doing it. A little word of thanks to Whites for supplying the vegetables. Not free, but very good quality, so I'm sure we're going to enjoy it. And after all the publicity from this, I'm sure next time we'll get them for nothing. As soon as this is done, I'll put these onto steam, soften them off a bit, and then I can make a nice thick cheese sauce for plenty of flavour. So I'm now going to make cheese sauce. So I've got some extra mature cheddar and I like it very cheesy, so I'm going to grate as much as I can be bothered to grate of this. Not quite made my mind up yet whether it's going to have a little bit of nutmeg in the with the cauliflower or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Depends whether I remember, and it depends whether I can be bothered. So, 1 spoonful of flour, stirred in and cooked. It's all gone nice and smooth. So the next phase of this now is you put enough milk in that you'll have a nice thick cheese sauce when you finish cooking. Now the more eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will notice we started off with 3 chefs, 1's gone home, 1's on his pufferator over there, and 1 person seems to be doing everything. Right, we're almost ready for a bit of construction here now. The onions, I've put some sage in, but I'm going to Zeus it up with a bit of sage there as well. Now that's come from my special sage bit in the garden over there. This is the herb garden that I made a little while ago. We've got everything that we ever need in here. It's November, so a lot of it is in hibernation for the winter. There's some mint at the back, which doesn't last through the winter, but we still have rosemary and we've got the sage. So I'm going to collect myself a little bit of sage. I think I'll use this one today, and this is what. Pull the leaves off the top, just use the top tips. I'll cut that up with a knife, nice and fine. Add a bit of extra taste. Put that in. Stir it round, and then that, I can turn the heat off now. Add the breadcrumbs, saving a little bit for the top. No, just put that much in for now. This should go down to nice and bound together. If not, I've got a glass of water there. I'll just put a little bit more water in if need be, just so that it will hold together nicely. But to be honest, I think that that's probably pretty much where I want it to be. Put it in. There's a knack to not squeezing the life out of it, but you've got to squeeze it down enough that it will hold together when you want to serve it. And that is pretty much what I want it to be. And the secret of all good cooking, lots and lots and lots of butter. So I'm going for the James Martin approach here. Cube a bit up, and then put that over the top. If you put a bit of the breadcrumbs that you've held back dry over the top, they give it a nice brown look at the end. So there we go. Stuffing, you'll never have better. Perfect, that is. Next job, I've took the cauliflower off. I've let them cool down and dry. So no water in there at all. That's lovely. Cheese sauce, finished cooking probably 10 minutes ago. Give it a quick once over in the pan, and this is perfect. If you look at it, it's nice and thick. So that will cook those beautifully in the oven. Now, once you've got it to this stage, the beauty of this is you can just leave it and cook it whenever you want. So if you've got to leave it for an hour now, fine. It will just be just as good.
Right, Lebanese chicken livers. Here they come. Need to come over here, boys. Chicken, garlic and lemon. That's it. Nothing else. Lemon oil. Lemon olive oil. There we go. This is one of Karen's favourites, chicken liver.
How are those livers doing?
I'm struggling a little bit with this fancy cooker.
You two, come with me. You've got something that I need to talk to you about. I've got a strategy to win.
Can you please explain the strategy today?
Yes, I'm going to bribe people. You know when they say cheats don't prevail, cheats never win? That's wrong. I know. I'm going to win. So you're going to vote for me, and then I'll get you something nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
He came up to me and he tried to bribe me. So it's if he thought that he had to bribe me to vote for him, it's probably because he's got bad chicken.
Okay, and it's done. Lebanese chicken livers. Very simple. Olive oil, lemon and garlic. Fried. Come on, Mark, come try chicken liver.
Chicken, isn't it?
Now, I don't particularly like liver, but this is lovely.
Well, take a small, take a little bit, take a little one.
I don't want this.
Try a little one. Yeah, try a little one. You might like it. You might like it. Nice?
Looks like kittens.
Like it?
That is.
Try a tiny bit.
Liver? You never had liver? We have now. The most likely to go wrong will be Karen, because she'll keep coming in, interrupting, trying to do things that don't need to be done, and that's where the problems will arise.
So, is this what you're cooking the potatoes in?
Yeah?
Ghee.
Ghee.
Traditional roast potatoes in ghee. No goose fat? No olive oil?
Right, goose fat. Would you like them in goose fat?
Well, it's the chicken off, you know. You're after winning and being the best, so ghee. Ghee, are we convinced about this?
Mucking about with my ghee.
Get off.
Did you soak these in water after you'd parboiled them?
Did I soak them in water?
Yeah.
I've got to say, I think Noel does a nicer job.
They're looking a bit on the pink side, aren't they? Yeah, pink potatoes roasted in ghee. This is going to be a first. So what have we got here then? Talk me through your chicken. Whose chicken is this?
Did you just open that?
I did. Whose chicken is this?
Whoa, I'm glad you didn't open mine.
Whose chicken? Whose chicken is this? And how long's that been in the oven for?
It's been in the oven for 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
So hopefully the
And
oven will
what
heat up
time are
again.
you expecting that to be cooked?
That'll be cooked in 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Okay.
Rubbing it with the apple crumble.
Now this looks good. The cauliflower cheese looks good. No ghee in that. That looks good. I'm liking the look of that. Is this your chicken?
Yeah, don't be opening that.
How long has this been in the oven for then?
Oh, 1 minute and... Hang on.
1 minute.
Why has that gone to that?
I think Mark's chicken might go wrong because he didn't weigh it and apparently you got to do that.
Mark has just guessed the weight, shoved it in an oven. Is your chicken a different size to that one? Because your chicken's been in the oven for longer.
I could have looked at the weight before I started, but I didn't.
So you've just guessed how long your chicken's going to cook for?
Yes. Chicken, it's renowned for not giving you any drip if you eat it undercooked.
The external temperature is 150, the internal temperature is 42, and I'm looking for 73.
He seems
It's
on
on
it.
fire.
It's on fire, is it? I think your chance of coming third has just increased. He came back, he put his chicken in the barbecue, he set fire to it, it's now burnt. I'm sure it'll be lovely. This is where he went wrong. That is his problem, too much beer. If you see our oven at the moment, every shelf is full with the meat eater's delights. And as ever, the vegetarians have chipped in with, where's my food? So, here we go, off to get some vegetarian food. Come with me. Right, so fortunately, thinking ahead, vegetarians got another kitchen and another oven. And here we go with our vintage cheddar cheese, parsnip and leek Wellington. Into the oven it goes. Bloody vegetarians.
5 minutes to send your roast chicken dinner.
So it looks slightly dead. A bit smoky, but the people are going to be funny. Okay, I don't know what this competition's about.
Oh my word!
This is a barbecued chicken. So rotisserie, which is obviously the best way because it's encased its own skin, full of its own juices, you don't lose any of it, stays juicy, all the flavour, doesn't look as pretty as some, but it's all about the taste rather than look. In this occasion when I'm eating anyway. It's Warwickshire chicken, obviously the best county in the world, it's the best English chicken, so we're looking forward to eat it and yeah, what can I say? Sorry about the rest of it. Good try.
sumac, pomegranate, garlic, onion, chili, pepper, olive oil, and a secret ingredient I can't tell you about. The parson's nose, which is super tasty, goes into the gravy. Let's just chop this bacon up. That's the only reason I had it on top of the chicken, was to put into the gravy. So that goes in there. Then the lemon and the onion, they also go in the gravy.
That's not switched on.
Somebody turned it off. No. High. Must be high.
No, it's not on. High means it was on and then it's been switched off.
He's switched high.
Right, no. That is not an induction-friendly pan.
Oh, okay. What is then? That's the one we're doing the gravy in.
Well, you can't do it in that one.
Well, let's have another one then.
It doesn't work on induction.
Just leave that heating.
It's not heating. Have you noticed that somebody who's not a chef is cooking here at the moment?
Well, the oven was switched off and nothing was cooking.
That's not the oven, that's a hob. Right, don't move the wheel of power, all right?
I didn't move in the first place. Hopefully that'll warm up.
More wine,
That'll sort me out, yeah. We're just about to add some gravy, chicken stock, and chicken consommé, and some cider, especially for the girls.
Prime chicken, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Ooh, there you go. Look at that little beauty. Couldn't be better.
Let's have a look.
Look, even the vegetarian's impressed. Oh, it's got the handshake. You're gonna have to try some though.
You have 2 minutes to present your chicken dinners.
In fact, Mark paid for them. I'm just adding the corn powder. Hang on a second. I'm now straining the juices out of the gravy, which there's very little of, in fact. Mainly due to the chef's oven. Unfortunately, we don't have very much of it, but we have enough, I think.
I don't know if we've got enough plates out. I've just put everything that we had.
Oh, I thought you counted them.
No, not really.
Right, so you just put some plates in the warming oven.
Well, put everything we had.
From there.
Cauliflower cheese, it's a big handshake.
My favourite is probably Philip, and my least favourite is most certainly Mark.
Well, my favourite's definitely Philip's, and my least favourite's definitely Mark's. Well, it's just a bit dry, it's not got much flavour to it. So yeah, it's not that nice.
Philip's one's my favourite because it's got the most flavour.
I think Philip's is my favourite.
Oh, thank you.
All are nice. I like all of them.
Dad's one's probably least favourite. So it's it's a bit drier than the other two, but it's still very nice.
Phillips,
And
very tasty.
the chefs,
John's really good.
Took me on board, and they
Mine, okay.
taught me.
It's all good, all nice, and the gravy's fantastic. I'll give him credit for that. He took a lot of it on that, and it's delicious. So, and the potatoes and everything else. So we've learnt a lot today, and it's all been positive.
I quite like John's chicken. Mark's was all right, but I know I'm biased, but I really like that spicy Lebanese chicken I made, and I can't deny, I think it's a favourite for the final.
Yeah.
There's no losers here. Well, I may be last, but I actually view it as coming third. 2 people have beaten me, I'm still third. I'm still in bronze position, I've done well, third is fine. Checo Perez, third. I'm that sort of guy. Not really a number 1, more a number 3.
I had a good day. I'm very stressed, as you can see. Lost all my hair. I think the main thing is I got to wear this, which, you know, most people couldn't carry off, but I think I did really well in a modest and non-arrogant way. And that's probably why I came second.
You've done well, boy.
Done well.
You did well.
And we like to encourage the people on the outskirts of society for their efforts. So first place, obviously, is Phil.
It's never easy being a winner. And of course, one always has to be as humble as possible. But to beat John and Mark, John being a famous pilot and Mark being a famous businessman, me just being a humble carpenter, sometimes dreams come true.
Thank you very much for hosting this. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? It's been good fun. Everyone's had a laugh. Yeah. What could be better? You know, and it's nice food as well.
3 months.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to recover.
Philip has promised to have a bath every 3 months.
We'll do it in like
Blimey. Well, here's to you, Phil, then. So anyway, so to the host, thank you very much. Cheers.
Philip, have you got clap? Well, probably. Well, I brought it along simply...
Will you stop doing that to the oven?
Exactly.
You've done it again.
I haven't done it.
You keep touching it. Stop touching it.
It's the scarf.
Yeah, well, leave it alone. Onions, chopped up really fine.
Who's that fucking northerner in the middle of this?
Shut up in the background.
Can we cut him out?
Do you mind the talent's doing a bit to camera?
There's always one, isn't there?